Hi, I'm Luke, Bike Shop Manager here with Competitive Cyclist. In today's Tech Tips video, we're going to be going over how to bleed SRAM hydraulic brakes. First, let's talk about when to bleed your brakes. If you notice your lever is pulling to the handlebar or a sudden loss of braking power, it's probably time to give them a check. First, let's get the wheel out of the bike. Second, using an Allen key, we want to remove the pin that holds the brake pads in place. Lift your brake pads straight up out of the caliper. Make sure to store them carefully and to not contaminate the pads. Install your bleed block. Sometimes your helper can be more distraction than good. Next, let's fill up the syringes. Start with the caliper syringe, which has the red bleeding edge fitting on it. Fill it about halfway full. Then, fill up the lever syringe about a quarter of the way full. Make sure to remove all bubbles from both syringes. Now, we'll remove the bleed port screw with the T10 Torx. Some fluid may spill out, which is normal. Just make sure to clean it up. Now we'll install the lever syringe, threading it in just until that O-ring compresses. Now is a good time to use some rubbing alcohol to clean up that overflowing fluid. Let's remove the rubber bleeding edge plug and install the bleeding edge fitting on the end of the syringe. You should hear a firm click to know that it's in place. Then turn it to the left to open up the port. Start by drawing a vacuum on the lever syringe while simultaneously pushing down on the caliper syringe. You should see air bubbles rising into the lever syringe. Repeat this push and pull process until no more air bubbles are escaping. Once you've drawn all air out of the system, close the bleeding edge fitting and remove the syringe from the caliper. Make sure to replace the rubber plug. Reinstall the brake pads back into the caliper, making sure not to get any oil on the braking surface. Once you've closed the system at the caliper, move up to the lever. Close off the system up there with the red clip on the syringe. Then, unscrew the syringe from the lever. You're definitely going to get some excess fluid, that's normal. Just be ready to wipe it up. Grab your bleed port screw and screw it back in using that T10. Tighten it just down to snug down that O-ring. Then wipe up all the excess fluid. Finally, reinstall your wheel. Go ahead and grab your brake lever. If you have a nice firm bite point, you've successfully bled your brakes. Good job. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, reach out to a gearhead today.